All right, guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about 2017 World's Strongest Man competition. Of course, most of you know by now that Eddie Hall is the new World's Strongest Man. The Brit Eddie Hall, I think he's the first Brit in 20, 24 years, something like that, to win the title. And he won it on his home turf, so to speak. But that also created some controversy with a lot of people who felt that Eddie was given every advantage to win this title as a storyline. Um, a lot of the lifts were static lifts, which are Eddie's strengths. A lot of the events, I should say, were static, which plays to Eddie's strength. Of course, deadlifting, he's a beast. Everybody knows about that. And they also say that some of the rules were changed in just to accommodate Eddie, if you will, because Eddie's not really a tall, strong man. So he had problem with some of the events where the tall guys excel. They said that the height of the stone was lower, the run-in was removed, the drag was discarded in the tire flip drag event, and the athletes were allowed to drop the Viking press and continue. Now, these are all supposedly going to give Eddie an advantage, but if you talk to people who know the sport, you talk to strongmen who aren't, totally biased. I mean, things change, man. Um, Hall's been training his ass off, for many, many years to win this title. So it's been his life, obviously, and he wants to wanted to win it worse than anything. So, and also there's a rumor, like I said, floating around that he knew about the events months before the show, so he could train with them or train for those events. In contrast to the rest of the athletes who were given only a few weeks to prepare. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, none of this stuff can obviously be proven, but it doesn't put a damper on Eddie winning it. I mean, he's still winning it. Life goes on. Sour grapes for a lot of people, including the giant, Icelandic giant Thor Bjornsson, who claims he was robbed for double dipping. So after he finished second to Brit Eddie Hall, the Icelandic giant claims he was harshly judged by officials in the Viking press. And he was double dipping and he was deducted a point. And this weekend he felt he was robbed. The integrity of his beloved sport is in question. And, he later deleted this Instagram post. So, he probably realized that it was, poor sportsmanship. And in the end, he just said he was really proud of his effort in the Vikings press. So a lot of people sided with Thor on that, but a lot of people did not as well. Said that he did indeed double dip. So you have to go with the judge's decision on that. I mean, it stands, so it is what it is. But anyway, Eddie Hall actually retired, I think, for strongman from strongman after this, citing his health. He wants to be around for his kids. I mean, these guys die young, man. I mean, a lot of these strongmen don't see 50 years old. The list is pretty long of bodybuilders, strongmen who just don't live. Things that they do to their bodies, the drugs they take, and make no mistake, Eddie takes some monster drugs, and he eats a ton, 10,000 calories a day. Sleep apnea. I was reading an article about it. He's got to sleep with a machine. I mean, everything is just crazy in these guys' lives. And there are guys a lot larger than Eddie who do this too. I mean, Eddie's a big freaking dude and a beast. They call him a beast, but there are guys even bigger than Eddie. So it's really hard to imagine going around life this big. So he's cutting her down. Sounds like he wants to be around for his kids, and you got to respect that.